Your roadmap to the latest in auto. Welcome to Highway Herald. Electric vehicles are widely celebrated as the solution to our environmental crisis and a beacon of economic progress. But behind the shiny exteriors and green branding lies an unsettling truth. Did you know that the production of EV batteries alone is poised to increase the demand for critical minerals by over 500% by 2050, putting immense strain on economies and ecosystems alike? This article dives into the uncomfortable realities of EVs and their impact on the global economy. From the hidden costs to geopolitical tensions, prepare for a thought-provoking journey that challenges everything you thought you knew about the future of transportation. Number 8. Hidden costs of EV manufacturing, the price of progress. The EV revolution is often seen as a financial win and technological leap, but the reality is more nuanced. Producing EVs depends on finite materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, whose extraction is costly, energy-intensive, and environmentally harmful, undermining their green appeal. The shift to EV manufacturing also reduces labor needs. Unlike traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, EVs are simpler to assemble, relying heavily on automation. This change threatens millions of jobs in regions dependent on automotive work. Furthermore, the global reliance on critical materials creates economic vulnerabilities. Over 70% of cobalt mining occurs in politically unstable Congo, leading to volatile supply chains. As demand grows, the fragility of these dependencies raises questions about the true sustainability of EV production. Number 7. Subsidies, the hidden crutch propping up EV growth. The widespread adoption of EVs has been fueled, in large part, by government subsidies. In theory, these incentives are meant to make EVs accessible to the masses and to encourage a green transition. However, the economic implications of such subsidies are often overlooked. Taxpayer dollars fund these initiatives, which disproportionately benefit high-income individuals who can afford new EVs. Meanwhile, the middle and working classes indirectly bear the financial burden through increased taxes and reduced public spending on other critical services. This disparity highlights a troubling economic imbalance. Furthermore, the sustainability of subsidies is questionable. Governments worldwide are scaling back incentives as EV adoption grows, leaving manufacturers and buyers to face the true costs of production and ownership. As subsidies fade, many experts predict a sharp decline in EV sales, raising concerns about the long-term viability of the market. Number 6. The resource race, a geopolitical tug-of-war. Electric vehicles rely on lithium-ion batteries, and the race to secure raw materials for these batteries has sparked intense competition among nations. Countries like China, which dominates the global battery supply chain, wield significant economic and political power, creating vulnerabilities for other nations heavily reliant on imported materials. The environmental cost of extracting these resources cannot be ignored. Mining for lithium, cobalt, and nickel destroys ecosystems and depletes natural resources, leaving communities to bear the brunt of environmental degradation. Beyond the ecological damage, this resource dependency introduces price volatility, making the production of EVs increasingly expensive. Ethical concerns further complicate the narrative. Many mining operations rely on exploitative labor practices, including child labor, particularly in developing countries. This moral dilemma undermines the green promise of EVs and raises questions about the true cost of clean transportation. Before we delve deeper, we'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to Highway Herald. Your support fuels our passion to create more content like this. Now let's explore number 5. Energy infrastructure, a system under pressure. EVs are often hailed as a step toward energy independence, but they place significant strain on power grids. Current infrastructure struggles to meet the surge in electricity demand driven by widespread EV adoption. Grid overload is a major issue, particularly in areas with aging systems. Transitioning to EVs requires substantial investment to upgrade power grids. Costs frequently pass to taxpayers. Renewable energy, while expanding, is not yet sufficient to meet demand, forcing reliance on fossil fuels to charge EVs, an ironic twist for a green initiative. Charging infrastructure is unevenly distributed, favoring urban centers and affluent communities. Rural and lower-income areas are often left behind, creating a two-tiered system. These disparities highlight the economic and logistical challenges of transitioning to an all-EV future, raising questions about true sustainability. Number 4. The decline of the internal combustion era, a shifting economy. For over a century, internal combustion engine vehicles have been the backbone of the global economy, fueling industries from oil and gas to mechanics and manufacturing. The rapid shift to EVs threatens to dismantle this intricate economic web with far-reaching consequences. Millions of jobs tied to the ICE vehicle supply chain are at risk, from factory workers to auto repair professionals. Regions heavily reliant on oil production, such as the Middle East and parts of the United States, face significant economic downturns as demand for fossil fuels plummets. This economic displacement creates instability in areas lacking alternative industries to absorb the workforce. Additionally, the vast infrastructure supporting ICE vehicles, from gas stations to oil refineries, risks becoming obsolete. These stranded assets represent billions in sunk costs, underscoring the economic challenges of the EV revolution. Number 3. The myth of affordability, hidden costs of EV ownership. While EVs are often marketed as cost-effective alternatives to gas-powered cars, the reality is more complicated. The high upfront cost of EVs remains a significant barrier for many consumers, despite claims of long-term savings. Battery replacements, which can cost thousands of dollars, negate much of the financial advantage touted by manufacturers. Furthermore, the cost of installing home charging stations adds another layer of expense, making EVs inaccessible to many middle and lower-income households. Public charging stations, while convenient, are often more expensive than expected, particularly during peak hours. These hidden costs erode the financial appeal of EVs, leaving many consumers questioning whether the switch is worth it. Number 2. Economic power shifts, winners and losers. The rise of EVs is transforming global markets, creating clear winners and losers. China, with its near monopoly on the EV battery supply chain, has become a dominant force, undermining the economic independence of other nations. This concentration of power fuels trade wars and escalates geopolitical tensions. Oil-exporting developing nations face steep losses in this transition. As demand for fossil fuels dwindles, these economies struggle to diversify and maintain stability, grappling with the erosion of a critical revenue stream. Meanwhile, the divide between countries able to invest in EV infrastructure and those that cannot is widening. Wealthier nations advance, while others are left behind, deepening global economic inequality. The EV revolution may drive innovation, but its uneven benefits highlight the complexities of reshaping the global economic landscape. Number 1. The carbon footprint debate, a complicated green. The environmental benefits of EVs are one of their strongest selling points, but the full story is more nuanced. Manufacturing an EV produces significantly more carbon emissions than building a traditional gas-powered car, primarily due to battery production. The source of electricity used to charge EVs plays a critical role in determining their environmental impact. In regions heavily reliant on coal-powered energy, the carbon footprint of EVs can rival or even exceed that of traditional vehicles. Disposing of EV batteries presents another challenge. The lack of efficient recycling methods for lithium-ion batteries contributes to environmental degradation, raising questions about the long-term sustainability of EVs. The road ahead, striking a balance. Electric vehicles are neither the saviors nor the villains of our economic and environmental future. They occupy a complex middle ground. While they offer clear benefits in reducing emissions and advancing technology, their economic and environmental costs cannot be ignored. Moving forward, addressing these challenges is crucial for creating a truly sustainable transportation system. What's your take on the EV revolution? Are we heading toward a brighter, greener future, or are there more obstacles to overcome? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Highway Herald to stay updated on all the latest vehicle news and insights. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.